wala tayong aasahan na Duterte nga atin dito sa Quadcom hearing mamaya. Pero malamang si Colonel Grijaldo is umaten. Kasi isa siya sa mga resource person at malamang isa siya sa madidikdik kung aaten siya. So isa pa yun sa gusto pwede natin bantayan kung aaten. So walang aasahan na Duterte o Rodrigo Roa Duterte ang Quadcom ngayong araw na to. Bakit? Dahil dyan sa letter na yan na ginawa ng kanyang abogado. Okay, ito ay sagot doon sa kanilang panawagan or hiling na si Duterte ay umaten ngayong araw na to sa Quadcom hearing about this EJK or Anti-Drugs Drugs Committee on Dangerous Drugs sa House of Representatives. Right? So, bago po ako magpatuloy, welcome po sa akin channel. Kung bago pa lang po kayo sa akin channel, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe na rin po and pakihit ng notification bell para maging aware kayo sa aking mga upcoming content. Any comment, suggestion, or recommendation, please leave it on our comment section. So, kung mayroon man kayong mga sariling opinion, share natin para mas magkaroon tayo ng magandang balitaktakan o sharing of opinions. Okay? So, issue lang po tayo. Walang personalan. Lahat po ng aking mga sinasabi or ipinapahayag sa channel ko na to ay pawang opinion ko na lang na nakabase sa nabasa ko, narinig ko, at napanood ko. Alright? So, yun nga, hindi aaten, sigurado na, si Duterte sa Quadcom hearing ngayong araw na to. Dahil dito sa sulat na to ng kanyang abogado. Okay? Ang abogado or private firm is Telgra and Associates. Okay, so ginawa, dated November 5 at address sa Committee on Dangerous Drugs, House of Representatives. So, calling the attention of Honorable Robert Ace Barbers. Alright, attendance to the public hearing set on November 7. Okay, so ngayong araw na to yan. So, ito yung letter. Dear Honorable Barbers, I write on behalf of my client, Rodrigo Roa Duterte, the former President of the Philippines, or Republic of the Philippines, received on behalf of our client on November 2. So, ados noong November pala nila ito na-receive, a letter invite for him to attend the public hearing of the Joint Committee on the Public Account, Dangerous Drugs, Public Order and Security and Human Rights, otherwise known as Joint Committee Quadcom. Okay, as a resource person set on November 7, 2024 at 9:30 o'clock. Okay, pero ngayon nakaset alas 10 eh. So, still the same, diba? So, morning at the People's Center Building House of Representative Quezon City. Okay, so regrettably, upon consultation with him, my client respectfully manifests that while he respects and recognizes the authority of the Honorable Committee to conduct inquiries in aid of legislation, he cannot attend the public hearing as scheduled for the following reason. Marami to. Mga 3 ata yung reason niya. Okay, so allow me to read for you. First, with all due respect, my client is already doubtful. Wala na siyang tiwala. Diba? Hindi niya na pinagkakatiwalaan ng Quadcom. As to the Honorable House of Quad Committee Integrity, Independence, and Probity to conduct the legislative inquiry in aid of legislation. While my client's attendance is supposedly for him to provide valuable insight into to shed light on issue under discussion, particularly on the extrajudicial killing, it is apparently that the inquiry is mere political ploy aimed to indict him for crime or crimes he did not commit. So may prejudgment na. Yun ang nasa sa loob ni Duterte. Nahusgahan na siya. Hindi pa man nag-uumpisa ang inquiry, mayroon ng conclusion. Something like that. Aking interpretation sa first reason na yan kung bakit hindi sila umattend. Ito yung matindi. Ito yun. Co-chairperson Honorable Bienvenido Abante Jr. and the Honorable Danilo Ramon S. Fernandez among the Joint Committee members have been very vocal of their position publicly that my client should be held liable for the crime of willful killing under the Section 6 of Republic Act number 9851 or the Philippines Act on Crimes Against International Humanitarian Law, genocide, and other crimes against humanity, even alleging that the facts are clear. If that is indeed their belief, then the proper course of action would be for them to file proper criminal cases against my client before the Department of Justice and for the latter to resolve whether probable cause exists or not. After all, we have a fully functioning judicial system. So, alam naman natin, di ba? During Senate hearing, itong si Colonel, di ba? Grijaldo ay nagbigay ng kanyang affidavit, sworn affidavit sa Senate hearing na siya ay kinausap nitong si Congressman Abante at Fernandez bago mag-proceed doon sa talagang formal hearing na ginawa. Nagkaroon ng pag-uusap muna sa isang pribadong lugar. Pero within that house din, di ba? Yun ay lumabas. Di ba? Kaya nga may mga bali-balita na after that, nagkakaroon ng damage control o nagpaliwanag itong si Abante at saka si Fernandez dahil sa ginawang yon. So, pointing out doon na parang ang pinalalabas nila, i-correlate niya yung magiging statement niya sa sinabi ni Garma. Di ba? So, yun yung naging issue. Kaya nga nabanggit din dito. So, kumbaga, mayroon ng sariling conclusion yung dalawa about Duterte. Di ba? Hindi na siya resource person. Diba? Para sa kanila, suspect na siya. Although there's no direct admittal, diba? Pero doon sa mga nasabi, diba? Sa mga sinasabi nila, and yun nga, malaking epekto doon yung pagkausap kay Colonel Grijaldo. So, isa sa mga reason yan. Then, second reason is, my client is likewise gravely concerned on how the Honorable House Squad Committee tried to persuade, if not the duly precious resources person to admit matters under oath they lack knowledge of, or worse, unduly induce them to say something not true before the Joint Committee inquiry. My client, a former city prosecutor, even offered an opinion that it was a case of subornation, an act of inducing someone to commit perjury. Said statement, if indeed true, cast doubt as to the Honorable House Squad Committee integrity and impartiality. So nakikita naman natin, di ba, kung paano mag-conduct ang Quadcom na as if, di ba, they are very commendable, di ba, at hindi nila tinatratong resource person yung mga kinakausap nila. Parang lumalabas ini-interrogate nila to the point na masyado nang parang nahaharas ngayon kapag medyo feeling nila nagsisinungaling, iko-contempt. Kaya nga marami rin ang ayaw sumang-ayon dito sa Quadcom sa ginagawang hearing na yan kasi nga parang nagkakaroon na ng prejudgment yung mga congressman sa ginagawa nila. And yun, napansin din, di ba? Naging another reason kung bakit si Duterte is ayaw nang umattend. Hindi na siya nag-reason na may sakit siya. So, he stated some reason kung bakit ayaw niyang umattend. And ito namang mga reason na to is napapansin din naman. Of course, yung mga ayaw, mapapansin to. But let's be logical, di ba? Nakikita naman natin, in aid of legislation ang inyong ginagawa, pero the way nyo ini-interrogate yung mga resource person, di ba? Parang sila na yung suspect. Yun ay pakiramdam ng iba. And I'm one of those, which is totally different from how the Senate is conducting their inquiry in aid of legislation, di ba? Kumbaga dapat let the people, di ba, conclude. Kasi kaya lang kasi nangyayari sa Quadcom, masyado silang okay naman yung pagtatanong nila, pero kasi they are trying to squish, di ba? To tell itong mga taong to kung nagsisinungaling ba o hindi. And of course, they have the guts din na nararamdaman nila kung nagsisinungaling ba o hindi. Kaya lang, minsan nagiging too much yung the way sila mag-pressure. Diba? Ako, opinion ko lang yun. Pansin ko lang yun. Ha? So, the third, tatlo to. Third, my client has already appeared before the Honorable Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, okay, Subcommittee on the Philippines War on Drugs, the last October 28, 2024. In the said hearing, which lasted for almost 9 hours, my client extensively discussed and shared his knowledge as to the alleged extrajudicial killing during his administration. More importantly, he gave valuable input on how to strengthen the war on illegal drugs, a demonizing element and a national menace. So, yeah, ang naging reason niya ngayon, yung sa pag-attend niya sa Blue Ribbon Committee. Okay, actually, may mga suggestions pa. Among others, he proposed appropriating additional fund to the Philippine National Police for logistical and operational support on police operations, strengthening the institutional and financial support of the local government unit down on the barangay units in addressing the problem of illegal drugs, which is prevalent and the barangay level, and finally to provide more budgetary appropriation to the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency to adequately address its legal mandate. According to him, he has said everything he wanted to say on the subject of the Philippine wars on drugs and on the issue of extrajudicial killing attendant thereto. Okay? So, meron pa siyang suggestion. So, the point here is dito sa kanyang pangatlong reason is umattend na siya and explain din dito na kunin na lang yung transcript. Okay? Gamitin na lang yung transcript ng kanilang mga diniscuss sa pag-attend niya doon sa Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, at yun na lang yung gamitin at pagbasihan nila sa kung ano man yung mga gusto nilang malaman sa kay Duterte. So nakalagay din yan dito na yung transcript, okay, ng usapan sa Senate hearing is magamit na lang. Yun na lang yung gamitin ng Quadcom para pagbasihan. Pero syempre, ang reason naman ng Quadcom, maaring mayroon pa silang pwedeng itanong na maaring hindi na itanong ng Senate. That's why they asking him na umattend. And of course, di ba, umattend ka dyan. Bakit sa amin hindi ka attend? Sabihin natin, di ba, may mga ganong part yun. Sabihin na natin talagang ang reason nila is matanong pa or mapaamin pa kung ano man yung mga kailangang aminin ni Duterte na siya talaga ang gumawa, di ba? But of course, yung ego ba? Parte yan na hindi nila aminin. Kasi nga, di ba, medyo hindi maganda ang dating sa iba ng Quadcom dahil sa kanilang pagiging very aggressive in questioning yung kanilang mga resource person. Di ba? So, kung party yun ng kanilang reason kung bakit gusto nilang umatin si Duterte. Kaya lang, yun nga, obviously may mga ganong issue, which is totoo naman di ba? Yung una at saka yung pangalawang reason na kung saan medyo damaging yung character ni Bante at saka ni Fernandez para sa kanila because of what they did Yung pagkausap nila kay Colonel Grijaldo. So regardless yun is may katotohanan o wala, kasi kwento niya yun Bari naman yung kwentong sagot nila nila Fernandez at saka ni Abante, but obviously umamin sila na kinausap talaga nila, but ayaw nilang aminin na may mali dun sa ginawa nila. Ang mali lang nila daw ata is dapat hindi nila kinausap, kaya lang kinausap ninyo. Diba? So, wala tayong aasahan na Duterte nga atin dito sa Quadcom hearing mamaya. Pero malamang si Colonel Grijaldo is umaten. Kasi isa siya sa mga resource person at malamang isa siya sa madidikdik kung aaten siya. So, isa pa yun sa pwede nating bantayan kung aaten ba itong si Colonel Grijaldo sa Quadcom hearing ngayon. Dahil dito naman siya sasagot kung bakit niya sinabi yung mga sinabi niya doon sa Senate hearing. Alright, so issue lang po tayo, walang personalan. Kung ano man po yung mga nasabi ko sa content na to is pawang aking mga obserbasyon base sa aking nabasa, narinig at napanood. So hanggang dito na lamang. Maraming salamat.